So who's our Vic?
Local celeb. Groundskeeper found her tucked behind this fountain early this morning. She's actually the weather girl for WHNY, Mandy Michaels.
Mandy Michaels?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I watched her every night. She had the best forecasts. What? Listen, as a single man, I appreciated her assets. You can't tell me people watched her for the weather.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
What are you doing? Something different?
No. Why?
I don't know. Something's changed.
So how'd she die?
Single GSW. The shot was called in by neighbors last night at 10:28 p.m.
Which fits lividity. There's also signs of a struggle. Vic has bruises on her upper arm, and her blouse was ripped.
No sign of a wallet, purse, or phone.
Sounds like mugging gone wrong.
I got tech pinging her phone as we speak. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go check on that.
You guys still haven't buried the hatchet?
Is what it is. So, according to Mandy's producer at WHNY, she was last seen by her camera crew doing a weather spot at City of Trust Children's Hospital last night at 9:30 p.m.
That's 20 blocks from here.
Yeah, Mandy's apartment's the other direction.
So what was she doing here in the park an hour later?
Yo, Mandy's phone is active. Tech tracked her GPS signal to a building on the Lower East Side.
Sounds like our mugger.
All right, you guys check into it. Castle and I'll talk to next to kin.
Yeah,
You know, I'd be much...
Just go, okay?
Housekeeping found her this morning. Name's Wendy Dupree, 25 years of age, single gunshot to the chest from a 9mm. Unfortunately, she died slowly.
Yeah, long enough to write the word lie. So our killer wasn't a pro. She wouldn't have been left breathing.
A dying declaration, but what does it mean?
Hey, that's your department.
Did someone lie to her? Perhaps it's the killer's initials. Maybe a grammatical error. She should have written lay.
Yo, Beckett. Victim's wallet. She came a long way to get killed. She's a Philly girl.
How long was she here for?
Front desk says she checked in yesterday afternoon alone.
She wasn't alone. She brought 4,000 of her closest friends.
That kind of cast, what's she doing in a dump like this?
All right, run financial, see what you guys can find. Castle, what do you think?
I think as much as I love a good mystery, she could have left a more helpful note.
Here's a message that needs no interpretation. You think you can lie to me?
Ah, maybe that's the line.
Run all you want, I'm gonna find you and make you pay. It's a 215 area code, that's Philly.
Pull a warrant for the cell phone. I want to know who sent that text.
Maybe this will inspire you, Castle. Pretty damn freaky. Name's Tessa Horton, 29. Roommate came home from a weekend away, found her up there.
Oh, jeez. Puts a body on a ceiling.
Beats me, but I probably won't sleep for weeks.
Looks like something out of one of your books, right?
Cause of death?
Ligature marks and petechia suggest strangulation.
What about this wound on her forehead?
It's non-lethal. Given the detail, looks like it was carved by some kind of razor.
It's a symbol of some kind.
Do you recognize it?
No, but killer went through a lot of trouble. Must mean something.
It's not easy hanging a body, and she's at least 100 pounds.
Checked in with CSU. They found prints in the hallway, but the apartment is spotless. Looks like it's been wiped down.
This guy cleaned up after himself.
He didn't mind taking his time.
So the killer knew that the roommate was going to be out of town. What's the security like in this place?
Buzzer on the front door, no doorman or security cameras, but there's no sign of forced entry, no sign of a struggle.
She knew him.
Father Joe McMurtry, 52. Real estate lady showed up to show the property.
And found religion instead.
So, do we know what our victim was doing in an abandoned building?
Not yet. Annie's a long way from home. His parish is uptown.
Time of death?
Between 7 and 10 last night. Likely cause of death, 3 to the chest.
That's a tight grouping. The killer's a marksman.
Careful, too. He picked up all the spent shell casings.
Security cams?
None of them are pointing at this building.
Well, this looks like the work of a pro.
Someone had a priest assassinated? It's like a Vatican conspiracy. Ah, it's the Da Vinci Code.
Or not. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to work. But look, okay, no presents. Remember, we promised. It's a little too stressful this first year.
No presents. I'm flexible. There are certain aspects to this that are time-honored. The heart, the beating heart behind the Christmas holidays. And now Santa is dead? When will it end?
Hate to break it to you, Castle, but there is no Santa.
Well, not anymore.
You gotta admit, with that beard and that belly, he looks like the real deal.
If by the real deal you mean an overweight man in a red suit who is hopefully carrying ID.
Yeah? Along with lots of candy cane wrappers, though I don't think that ID of his is gonna do you much good.
Kris Kringle, address North Pole. That's cute.
Well, maybe he's the real Santa, like in Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, but with no happy ending. This Santa fell out of the sky around 9:30.
From an aircraft?
Maybe, but it wasn't a commercial plane, I can tell you that. With the fall from high altitude, we'd see severe frostbite on his eyes and his face.
Hey, so I just talked with the family. They didn't see or hear any planes overhead.
That doesn't make any sense. He had to have fallen from somewhere.
I'm sorry. Are we overlooking the obvious here? He hit some turbulence, slipped out of his sleigh, and fell to his doom.
Santa, lying there dead. You gotta ask yourself, what kind of world do we live in?
A world in which there is no Santa and people don't fall out of nowhere. Can you check with air traffic control and find out what flights were in the area?
Sure. Bah humbug.
So was the fall cause of death?
It looks like it, but I won't know for sure until I get him back to the morgue.
Well, Santa or no, he sure is committed. And you're saying there's nothing in his wallet that indicates a break in character?
Nope.
Except for these boots. They are definitely not from the North Pole. They're custom made from a leather shop in Queens. Got a pair of motorcycle boots there.
The body was found in this dumpster over here by a homeless dude who was looking for cans. It was wrapped up in his tarp.
Cause?
GSW. As near as I could tell, she was shot at close range. Minimal blood seepage and lack of spatter in the area suggests she was killed elsewhere, then dumped here.
So someone was hoping she'd catch a ride with the morning haul, disappear into some landfill.
Any idea who she is?
Well, according to her ID, her name is Holly Rhodes, but her business card has her listed as DJ Beat. Called the number, and her booking agent says that she was DJing an album launch party in Soho last night for pop star Regina Kane.
What? Oh, dude, you remember that music video where she was dressed up as a sexy little Girl Scout? I don't care what those cookies cost. I would sell them. I left.
Anyway, she was booked at the party till 1 a.m.
1 a.m.?
Yeah, why?
I'm placing the time of death between 11 and midnight.
So whatever happened, happened at that party. Brings to meeting the college girls gone crazy.
Looks that way. His body was found in one of the stalls. Cause of death is strangulation.
Manual or ligature?
Ligature. Look at these bruises on his neck. It's from a clasp on a bra.
The murder weapon was found lying next to him. I figured that a chick lured him in here for a little tryst and then choked him out.
Time of death?
Well, he was talking to the bartender around 11:50, and the body was found in the stall at 11:58 p.m.
Lainey, do you think that we can get DNA off of the murder weapon?
I already collected samples, but check this out. This is a 36D Sotora.
Oh, that's high end.
Definitely. One of these could run you $200, $250.
$250 for a bra?
Oh, but it's okay to spend that on a pair of sneakers, right?
A pair of sneakers is practical, okay? They can support your, eject.
The list of shops that sell that can't be that long, so see if you can figure out who purchased it.
The victim was Hannah Green, 23. She's one of the stars of the show The Wives of Wall Street. Her brother's on his way into the precinct from Jersey.
Wives of Wall Street, the reality show?
Yeah, seen it?
Just long enough to make me want to kill myself. 1 minute of lunatics backstabbing each other was enough.
Speaking of backstabbing.
She also looks like she's asleep.
The bus driver who came through last night at 11:15 thought she was. It wasn't until this morning anyone realized she was dead.
Based on liver temp, the earliest she could have died is 10:30.
Okay, so she was killed in that hour.
Looks that way. There's no purse or cell on the body. But if she was mugged, the doer missed that diamond tennis bracelet on her right wrist.
And if it was a mugger, he has exquisite tasting cutlery. That's a Takahara VG chef knife. Runs about $200.
It's pretty high end for a murder weapon.
Well, whoever attacked her, it looks like she fought back. She has defensive wounds, abrasions on her wrist, and some possible genetic material underneath her fingernails. I'll run DNA once I get back to the morgue.
Wow. She looks like she's been scared to death. Literally.
Is that based on your vast medical experience, Mr. Castle?
No, based on the fact she looks like an Edvard Munch painting. Really freaky.
So what was the cause of death?
Well, there's no external trauma, no puncture or stab wounds. Once I get her on the slab, I'll know more about how she died and who did it.
If it was a who?
Meaning?
Meaning she said, it's coming for me, not he or she, but it. Look at what she was researching here. How to keep away evil. How to ward off evil spirits. A book on urban legends. Over by the door, horseshoes. I've clocked 2 Indian wood chimes. There and there. These are things used to ward off evil spirits. Like Perlmutter.
I heard that.
Hey, Lainey.
Hey,
Talk about death by chocolate.
don't blame it on the chocolate, Castle. A bullet's what did him in.
So that red stuff's not raspberry sauce.
Afraid not. Exit wound.
So he was shot in the back and then fell in the mixer?
Before that, he may have struggled with his attacker. Beige fibers. They were caught on his watch band. CSU will run an analysis.
Vic's name is Jimmy Whelan. He's the owner of the shop. He has no record, and nothing in his bio that points to who did this.
We can rule out dissatisfied customers. These things are insanely good.
Ew! You're eating a dead man's cupcake?
Give us free samples.
Yep. Looks like Jimmy kept a lot of dough around here.
It is a bakery.
Good one. This briefcase was stashed in his office. That's $50,000.
Woo. At $4 a pop, he would have to sell 12,500 cupcakes. That seems unlikely.
Todd, what do you know about that money?
Nothing. I swear. But he's real paranoid about that case. Twice a week, he'd take it out of the safe and take it with him down to Staten Island.
What for?
Just said he had business there.
Well, obviously Jimmy was into more than just baking cupcakes. Hey, Lainey, what do we got?
Sorry, sweetie. It's a bad one. Multiple contusions to the head, evidence of fracturing at the base of the skull. From the patterning, I'd say she was repeatedly struck by that bat.
Do we know who she is?
The guard who found her ID'd her as Clara D. Winter, 35, lives in Queens, and married.
What was she doing in this alleyway in the middle of the night?
She was an IRS agent, worked in this building here.
Apparently she was working late. The employees sometimes cut across the alley to get to the parking garage next door.
Do we have a witness?
No, but we may have something way better.
These two nurses saw some guy do a dump and drive around 4 a.m. The trauma unit tried to save our Vic, but she didn't make it.
He's our killer. Why would he take her to the ER?
Maybe he had a guilty conscience. Did the nurses get a good look at the driver?
No, but they did see his car. It was a blue sedan. Hospital security trying to get me some footage to get the license plate.
Okay, set up a canvas around the hospital. We need to find someone that got a good look at the driver. And where's our Vic?
Her body's still in the trauma bay. Word is, she was pretty messed up.
What is your opinion on these?
Well, professionally, I can't speculate what those are, Mr. Castle, but personally, I can say that anyone who believes in Bigfoot is an ass.
Well, that is a common assertion amongst the uninformed.
Okay, buddy. Let's say there is a Bigfoot. How does a giant, hairy ape-man get around the city unseen?
Easy. Follow the big fat footprints.
What?
Subway access tunnel. Since Hurricane Sandy, a lot of those are still closed, so Bigfoot's been using them to get around.
Castle, that's ridiculous.
How can you say... Look at these footprints.
These are the footprints that I'm interested in. They're near where the body was. CSU said that they were made within the last 24 hours.
Could be Eddie Maston's.
At size 13, the guy's too short to have feet this big. Now, these boot prints are our best lead. These prints, not the tracks from the giant clown feet.
Yes, let's go to a crime scene and ignore the evidence.
Name is Arthur Felder, 54. He's a wealthy venture capitalist. Witness said that he took one bite of his squab and did a nosedive into his plate.
Okay, so this was not an allergic reaction.
There's no sign of anaphylaxis, but his enlarged pupils and excessive saliva suggest a foreign substance.
He was poisoned.
It looks that way, but I won't know for sure until I run a tox screen.
So how many people had access to the food before it was delivered?
Esposito's checking on that right now.
Is that Eric Vaughn?
Yeah, he was part of the victim's dinner party. He's the billionaire inventor, right?
Yeah, inventor, innovator, and number 8 on my LSL.
LSL.
Last Supper list. You and a table of 12, anyone from history. What is mine, you ask? I'm glad you did. In order, it is Lincoln, Einstein, Ian Fleming, John Lennon, Joan of Arc, Sinatra, and you, of course.
Too late, Castle.
Why would they seize the vehicle?
I tried to ask, but they asked me out.
Who's in charge?
See that guy over there? His name's Agent Guerrero. Trust me, he's not gonna budge.
Agent Guerrero. I'm Detective Beckett.
Let me save you the trouble. We're taking the car.
CSU hasn't finished processing it yet. This is a murder scene. I'm gonna need to find out who the victim was.
Sorry, but that vehicle is part of a federal investigation. If you people interested in any way, we'll arrest you for obstruction.
What the hell's going on here?
Why is Homeland Security involved?
I don't know. This whole thing stinks. According to witnesses, those two guys were staking out the car even before it blew up. And Homeland Security isn't letting me talk to them.
Mysterious car bombing. Feds giving us the boot. And now, Men in Black. I'll say it. I'm intrigued.
Who are you guys? Identify yourselves.
Hey, guys, you get this a lot? Agent J, Agent K?
Why were you guys surveilling that car? Who was in it when it exploded? Hey! Hey! Well, we don't have a body. We don't have a crime scene. We don't have any witnesses, but
At least we have each other.
we still have a homicide to solve.
And that.